Last week, on a dream called Meraai, we saw Meraai's roof moved up to the new workshop so that Rocky could begin to replace the rusted steel in the roof. We were also still living in hope that our widened rims would soon be done and delivered. This week, we are still living in hope that our widened rims will soon be done and delivered. Rocky starts to cut and paste on Meraai's roof, and he goes on a bender. And we receive news that causes a minor meltdown.
I'm actually speechless.
Do not leave your seats for this one. It is a Monday morning, new week, new challenges. Behind me, Meraai's roof is on the floor. I wasn't here on Friday, and so what the guys did is they just removed the one rusted side, and apparently it's not just a quick cut job, there's quite a lot to it. Rocky will spend the next couple of days fitting his work on Meraai's roof into Eskom's load shedding schedules, which are proudly brought to you by incompetence and corruption. What should be a solid day's work is now going to happen over a few days due to our rolling blackouts. So Rocky, what's your plan here today?
Our plan is to replace both of these beams.
There has been quite a bit of substandard work done on Meraai in the past. If you look here, you've got this whole section of the roof, and then you get to the back and there's this little strip here. Now that little strip here, I don't know, for whatever reason, was sort of tacked on there at some stage. I don't know, maybe they reversed into a tree and a branch took it out. But if you look there, it's very dodgy. There's like a cut in it. It's really tacky, not at all secure. Look at that, you know. That's not pretty good. So that's going to get sorted out. Next up, we have got Rocky showing us how you bend a piece of steel without a steel bending machine thingy.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making small cuts close to each other. Then you bend it closed. Then it makes a curve. Then you weld it all up, you grind it nice and smooth, then you've got your curve.
Rocky makes it all look so easy. A few gentle nudges and the steel starts to bend. Did you do a trade or did you just how did you learn all this stuff?
I did my apprenticeship in Vanderbilt Park, steel work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we learned boiler making and welding. And,
okay.
Yeah.
And how long is the apprenticeship for?
So I did mine for about 3 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool. When you see the skills that these guys have, it sort of hammers home the point that we need more and more tradespeople. This whole notion that you need to study and get a degree and become a lawyer or an accountant or a doctor. We need tradesmen, and we need them badly. I left Rocky to his means, and when I returned, the new bend was already in place and looked great. Here is a before and after shot just to highlight how good Rocky is at his trade. You can see the little welding fairy has been busy. That pole support has been replaced, and this is a one that I've already covered. Let's get on to what is becoming a weekly feature. We shall call it Guess When the Rims Are Ready. I'm still waiting for some feedback from Brahm on the rim scenario. The rims are supposed to be coming back to the south coast this week. I'm hoping, please, that they will be coming here this week. I really am, because man, this is just going on and on and on. Brahm calls Ben, the elderly gent who organised a man called Stallman to widen our rims.
Ek kom vir my nuus. Daai rams ja. Ja.
Ja, ek kry nie volgens die ander krek. Wag net ek my betaling maak.
Is die rims klaar?
Praat jy van hy rims?
Ja, van daai trok wat hulle mos breër maak mos, van die bus.
This is not going quite as planned, and all I hope is that this elderly gent has everything under control.
Braam van die see by Pieter, jou seun. Goed met oom.
Eventually, Bram calls a mate of his to shed some light on whether the rims are ready or not.
Okay, Bram, you've spoken to the old timer, and who is that now?
This is Squish, a friend of mine that works in Pretoria and stays here. He's coming down on Friday, so he'll bring the rims for us.
At last, good news re the rim saga. Bram's mate went to the premises where the rims were being worked on and sent us these pics and said he was happy with what he saw. Which I am pretty chuffed about, because when I look at these photographs, I see what looks like an old rusty baked bean can that has been ripped apart. So I would be worried, but these oaks know what they're doing, and so I'm like, yeah, baby. So I paid over the balance of the money. All that remains in order to close this frustrating chapter is for the rims to arrive at East Coast Scratch and Dent. Then my world came crashing down. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please excuse me while I have a little meltdown. Meltdown, 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 meltdown. That was my meltdown. I cannot believe the news I just heard. It seems a lot of stuff got lost in translation regarding these rims. I'm actually speechless. So what's happened is I thought we'd be getting all our rims back, but the guy took the 4 rims, cut them all up into little bits and pieces and put them all back together, and I ended up with 2 rims. He took my 4 rims and he welded them together into 2 rims. And I paid him for 4 rims. I'm getting 2 back. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do next week. Over and out. Remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We are also on Twitter. You will find us under A Dream Called Meraai. Until next time, keep safe and keep your dreams alive.